Alright, welcome. My opponent for this game was Stardom FTW. Stardom at the time of this game was silver ranked 716. So with that, let's get right into the gameplay. Alright, Germany round number 1. So, USSR bought 4 infantry and 3 artilleries, and then he did the 912. A couple things he did a little bit differently. The 912s were exactly standard. He did lose 4 infantry in West Russia, but he has 3 tanks left over in Ukraine, and he put the AA gun into Ukraine. The one thing that he did differently is that he mobilized 1 infantry into Karelia. So I can't take it for free, which I get that. I always hate giving up stuff for free anyway. He also moved and left 5 guys into Yakut, and he moved a guy into Sichuan, which is pretty standard, but then he moved a guy into Xinjiang, which I'm thinking might signify that he wants to go KJF. That seems to be like the it's not the meta play, but it's like very common now for the Allies to go KJF now. Except that he put the fighters into the Caucasus instead of, let's say, 1 fighter in Archangel in range of Barry. So he didn't do that. I'm going to play a little bit differently than I normally do, just because he did lose 4 guys in West Russia, and so I'm going to play a little bit, I don't know, not super aggressive, but just a little bit different than I usually play. And it might come back to bite me in the ass, but we're going to find out. So first thing I'm going to do is I went ahead and bought 11 infantry and 2 artilleries, just maxing out the industrial places that I have, production facilities. And then I'm going to hit Ukraine. So I'm going to hit Ukraine with these 4 guys. Are fighters. Now I know he put the AA gun there, but if we lose a fighter, we lose a fighter. We can't play scared. But I'm going to take an artillery and an infantry, and I'm going to actually put them in Ukraine, and so I can use the battleship to bombard instead of going after trans. Now that may come back to bite me as well, but the idea is that we want to get a little bit, hopefully I have something left over into Ukraine. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to hit Karelia with quite a bit of stuff. We're going to grab that tank and an infantry. Actually, we'll take this infantry and drop them in there. And then we're going to do standard C-Zone 7 attack. I'm not going to hit this. I like to do that, but I'm not going to do it because I just want to get maximum firepower on C-Zone 7 and try to kill it. But the risk is going to be in totally abandoning Africa, which kind of sucks, but it is kind of what I have to do. And we just got to hope that he doesn't hit any aircraft. So how many guys am I going to have there? 7 and 5, hopefully. That's 12. All right, let's see what happens. Let's run it. Alright, combat was pretty terrible. I can always tell when a battle's going to go wrong when the bombardment battleship fails, which it did. That and when the defending submarine gets a surprise strike 1 on defense, then I know it's going to be rough. And the sub didn't hit, but we didn't hit in bombardment, and he got an aircraft. He got a hit on the plane. Wait a minute, let's see. Oh, good, I can move them both back there. Alright, so we're going to put one guy here in Bellow, and then we're going to stack Poland. Oh, man. Man, this is rough. Okay. Alrighty. And then this stuff is going to go here. Alright, this is going to be interesting. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad opening round for Germany, if you want my honest opinion. I'm going to put our artillery and 8 infantry and then 3 infantry into Italy. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. That is pretty terrible. But it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta change the way you play just to see if things work. So I'm not sure how good of a move this was. I could have taken trans and tried to take this without using my battleship. When it turns out battleship didn't even matter. But it was nice to get the artillery for sure and the extra guy. So that's going to do it for Germany round 1. I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 1. Alright, Japan round number 1. So I think this is clearly developing into a KJF. United Kingdom's buy was 3 fighters and they went into India. He killed my battleship in 16, which I knew he would. He did fortify Egypt, but then he did Sea Zone 37 and lost everything. Left me with a battleship and an aircraft carrier, which is good. I lost a couple of fighters. And he lost a lot of stuff. So that was good for me. And then he left his transport out here. My guess, my thinking on this is that this is kind of tasty, and he's hoping that I'll use my submarine to go and kill this transport and not use the sub on Pearl Harbor. Because if it is going to be a KJF, he's going to buy a bunch more Navy for the United States. And so I'm going to need to get rid of as much of the United States' Navy as possible. In a true KJF, I think he would have bought a fleet and dropped it in India, but it really, off the coast of India, but this really doesn't matter. Because the 3 fighters, he can always buy a carrier and some stuff later. So that buy in and of itself is not doesn't necessarily prohibit him from doing the KJF. But we'll see how that pans out. So anyway, my response for Japan is I just went ahead and bought 3 fighters. I'm going to try to get as much Navy as I possibly can and just trickle as many troops as I possibly can towards Russia. But in this case, so let me go, let's see. I'm going to go 6 and a fighter. And then, let's see here. Yeah, we could do that instead. And stack Burma. And then what will we have here? Yeah, let's do that. I don't know. Something different. let's go heavy into Burma. And then we will go like this. We'll go a tank and an infantry. Go here, and then we will go the artillery. Well, we'll take this transport and go here. Grab the artillery and an infantry. Go here and here. Take this battleship. Maybe not that battleship. Let's take this battleship. And go here and bombard. And we'll take this fighter. And then we have to do Pearl, right? So we take the sub, we take the fighter, we take the cruiser, take the bomber, and we take the other fighter. And actually, I can move this here and here because I'm not buying any transports this turn. And let's do this also. Let's go 3 there. This is going to be kind of rough, but let's do it anyway. And actually, let's do this. How about... what if we do this? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, I think that's what I want to do. Alright. Alright, combat was pretty good. We accomplished everything we wanted to do. We only lost a couple units. This guy is going to move up here. Our aircraft carrier is going to move there. Both of these fighters is going into Kwangtung. And this infantry is going into Kwangtung. Our fighter and our bomber are going to Wake Island. Our aircraft carrier will go to Sea Zone 60. And what do we have? 2 battleships there, and we have an aircraft carrier there against 3 fighters, which can't attack anyway, so that's pretty good. And we'll leave the destroyer there. Alright. Let me see, did I move that guy? Okay. Alright. I'll throw 2 fighters into Sea Zone 60 and 1 into mainland Japan. Alright. All in all, it's a pretty good turn. Pretty good turn, I think, for Japan. We'll see how it goes, though, if he's going to go be committed to doing a KJF. Or if he is actually doing a KGF and he's just doing some opening moves that suggest otherwise. So, maybe to me. So anyway, that's going to be the end of Japan round number 1, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round 2. Alright, Germany round number 2. So, we were correct in our belief that he was going to go KJF. Clearly he went with moves designed for KJF. So, in round 1, USA bought 2 transports, 2 artilleries, an infantry, and an aircraft carrier. Everything went on the west coast of America. He then killed our cruiser in 53 and mobilized everything to 56. He also moved the guys out of Szechuan and put them into Sinkiang, which is smart because it takes them out of range of this stuff, not out of range of this stuff. And then Russia bought 8 infantry and an artillery, tried to take Ukraine back and failed, and then moved everything to West Russia except for 1 infantry to Archangel, and then moved 5 infantry from Yakut down into Beri. I've run the math on this, and I can take it 100% of the time. Well, 100% of the time I live, 95% of the time I crush everything here. 50-50 battle. I have a tank and an artillery left. And it's fine, I can do that because I can have my Navy here to repel anything if he decides to move forward into 59. He's not going to. His next move is to go down and take the Solomons, which we fully anticipate. But that's his next move, to set up a strike on the Philippines or one of the Money Islands, trying to get that. So once I crack this North Russia, I'll just be able to sweep across the north with the tank left over and 1 infantry and just start sucking up Russia's money. The big thing here is to press as hard as I can for Russia and get a stack up against West Russia, Archangel, or the Caucasus as soon as possible to get him to pinned into Russia. Obviously, preferably West Russia or the Caucasus. I like the Caucasus because it lets me produce more troops. But West Russia is just as effective. In order to do that, I'm going to do a couple things that I don't normally do and something that I normally do. So the normal thing is I bought 11 infantry and 2 artillery. I'm going to stack the shit out of Karelia. I'm going to lightly block Ukraine and Bello. If he wants to trade those, that's fine. Because I'm going to have an absolute shitload of stuff in Karelia to hit West Russia next turn. Or even move into Archangel. Probably West Russia, but if I can get some fighters, I'll probably have some fighters. I'll have some fighters in range of Archangel at the end of Japan's turn. So I can do an Archangel stack in round 3 if I want. Probably won't have the opportunity based on USA's Navy, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The thing that I'm going to do that I don't ever do is we're going to hit Morocco. USA is not in range to drop stuff here. If United Kingdom wants to go back up here and grab 2 units and come back down here and kill Morocco, that's great. That means they're not taking France. They're not taking one of my Norwegian territories. I'm sure USA is going to grab these on this turn, but I can just push back once I stack the shit out of this. So that is pretty much all the combat I have for this turn, is to take Morocco. It's not very exciting, but it is what it is. So let's run that. It's not a very good battle. I think it's 85%. Okay, combat worked out really good. We did not lose anybody in Morocco. And because we didn't lose anybody in Morocco, Let's see. Am I going to move back or am I going to stay where I'm at? Let's move back. And I only say that to make him use the energy with the transports to go and the cruiser to go back here. And if he uses the cruiser to hit Algeria, then he's not going to be able to use it to hit Morocco and so on. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I think I'm going to lose Africa. I just got to get him to spend some time dealing with Africa until I can square away the Pacific. And then I'm going to stack the shit out of Karelia. So I'm going to put 1 there, 1 there, 9, 4 tanks will go up there. Our AA gun will move up there. We're going to put 3 infantry there. We're going to go 6 and 2 into Baltic. We're going to put 4 fighters up there. And we're going to move everything into Germany. Our 2 artilleries are going into Karelia, and our 10 infantry will go into Germany and 1 into Italy. And then probably next turn, depending on what he does, all 15 of these guys are moving up. I have to get in range of Russia quickly. So I'm going to have to go as hard and as fast as I can towards Russia. And that is going to be it for Germany round number 2. And I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 2. Alright, Japan round number 2. So United Kingdom bought 3 tanks for India, and he bought an industrial complex for Egypt. Not entirely sure why, since he's got Africa locked up. He then did what we thought he would do, and he did attack Morocco and fail. But then he killed my remaining troops in Africa. So Africa's pretty much locked down. And then he threw the industrial complex in Egypt. We're pretty sure, obviously, that this is going to be a KJF. And I'm guessing he's going to go and use the tanks to go forward and try to push into this stuff here, which is possible. He could do. So but that's all right. We're going to defend that, but then this here is just a pain in my ass, so we're going to clear this, and then we'll have free reign to just sweep across northern Russia. And we're going to do our best to push through the heart of China to go towards Russia. India is just a distraction for Japan, so we're not going to do that. We did buy an industrial complex for the Philippines, because we got to buy land units for the Philippines to prevent them capturing it. And we're going to center our Navy probably in C-Zone 48 to kind of defend this. Bought a couple extra subs, and then we just bought 2 infantry because we're going to need them to try to get additional land units over to the mainland. But we're going to do some interesting stuff here. He's 2 turns away from actually attacking the Philippines. His next move is going to be to take Solomon Islands, guaranteed. So, I would be shocked if he pushed anywhere else but Solomon's. But you never know. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to move up there. We're going to grab an artillery and go here with 1. Grab an infantry. Go here, drop them in Berry. And then we're going to grab this tank. And we're going to go here. We're going to grab this infantry. Go to 62, drop the tank. Both battleships are going to 62 to bombard. We're going to use that fighter, those two fighters, our bomber, and that's it. That's all we can use. Right? I'm pretty sure. This fighter here can't really attack anything but this stuff here, which I don't want it to. And then we're going to actually push in. We're going to go heavy into Szechuan. These aren't tanks, so he can't push into Manchuria. And if he wants to go forward here, he can. But we'll just kill him. So I'm not entirely too worried about that. What I'd like to do is just go this way and punish. And try to get as much pressure on Moscow as possible. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. That should be strong. I did the math on Barry. And it's a lot of infantry to get through, but I should be able to escape with only losing 3 infantry. And that's my 50% battle. Is losing. Actually, my 50% battle is losing 2 infantry. 68% I lose 3 infantry, and hopefully that's all I lose. I'm attacking this with a lot of shit. So, we'll see. And then we're going to go, let's see here. Let me look at here. If I want to go, maybe I should just go 2 less here. So I leave 2 there. Let's see. Nah, screw it. Let's go all the way in. Let's go all in. Alright. Let's run it. Alright, this battle went worse than I expected. Like I said, he got 50% hits, which is kind of atrocious, but he did. So we're going to go here and... let's see. Here. Here and here. Everything's going in at 60. 2. We'll throw 4 of them on there. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second here. Let me see how many movements everybody has. Alright, so one of these guys can move to Japan. Do I want him in Japan? No, I don't think I do. Okay, let's see this here. Let's move. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, our bomber's going into Manchuria, so let's put our... let's put a couple fighters into Manchuria, and then we'll put 3 into 62. Really wish I had a land unit in case he wants to risk his plane. But it's alright, it is what it is. And then we'll take this plane and we'll fly it over there. Let's see, do I want to move this at all? No, I don't think so. We're going to leave that there. Alright. Throw our industrial complex in the Philippines. Throw 2 subs in C-Zone 60. And 2 infantry into mainland Japan. I probably should have left a land unit in Manchuria, at least one, to soak up the hit if he decides to attack with his fighter. I mean, I guess I would trade a fighter for a bomber, but he might need this fighter for defense of Russia, so he may not try to do that. And this battle kind of sucked. I would have really enjoyed having at least 1 infantry left, but we didn't have it, so it is what it is. But this is enough units to start rolling this way and getting some of Russia's money. So that's going to do it for Japan round 2, and I will see you guys back for Germany round number 3. Alright, Germany round number 3. So United States just added to his fleet. So he bought an aircraft carrier, a submarine, a cruiser, and a fighter. And he did what we thought he was going to do. He took the Solomons. Landed his bomber into Australia. Moved his fleet into C-Zone 44. Mobilized everything to the west coast of America. And then he moved his land units with his transports into C-Zone 9, I guess. Maybe in preparation to take France. Or Northwestern, or come down to Morocco. I'm not exactly sure why that went there. It does not have range of Germany, so I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he's gonna drop that shit into Africa, which I don't know why. Africa's totally under no threat anymore. So I'm gonna do okay, and then Russia. And then Russia just bought 3 artilleries and 4 infantry, attacked Bello and missed, and then took Ukraine using light. He went 1 infantry and a fighter into Bello and 2 infantry and a fighter into Ukraine. And he took Ukraine. So we're going to do like, I don't know, we're going to be super aggressive. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to be super, super aggressive. And try to give him a lot of trading targets for Russia, as well as threaten, get him to back off. He's going to have 2 choices. He's probably going to have to back out of West Russia after this turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Archangel. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you what I bought. I just bought a tank, 2 artillery, and 9 infantry because we're not going to put anything to Italy this turn. This guy's going to go back into Germany. Italy's going to be free, and France is going to be free for this turn. So we're going to do is we're going to take Archangel. And then we're going to take Ukraine. And that is it, my friends. Alright, so combat was a success, although we did lose 1 infantry and Archangel, but we calculated that. So that's why I have these 2 Japanese fighters in range of Archangel. I'm going to put them there, and that'll give me a 90% chance to defend Archangel from everything he has here. Right? We are going to put our fighters in Baltic. We're going to put 1 artillery and 2 infantry in Archangel. We're going to put 4 infantry and 1 artillery into Bello. We are going to move three infantry into Poland and move all 12 of the remainder into Baltic. We're going to send this guy back to Germany. And we're going to end the turn. We're going to put 2 infantry into Karelia, and then everything else goes into Germany. Alright, so he can trade these if he wants to. He can trade all 3 of these if he wants to. Probably has to pick one, which probably will be Karelia if he decides to trade. But he's also going to have to worry about... Karelia is pretty much dead zone. I've got a stack here, and a stack here, and a stack here. So he's going to either have to do both of these, or he's going to maybe take Ukraine and Bello. But it's going to take a little bit more than 2 infantry and a plane to take Ukraine, and a little bit more than that to take Bello, and a little bit more than that to take Karelia, and he will not be able to take Archangel once I land on the Japanese planes there. And so obviously, ideally, I will stack West Russia next turn. Now, there are a couple mistakes he can make, one of which is if he does not fly his United Kingdom fighters out of there, and probably they should go to India or United Kingdom. If he doesn't fly them out of there and he ends up moving his Russian forces, then they'll be dead, which would be good for me. The other thing is he can try to bite all this stuff off and leave Russia. He's going to be able to buy 1 artillery and 8 guys. He'll be able to put like 10 things in here, but I should have enough. Let's see, probably not enough to take Russia, but it'll be a close battle, I think. So we'll have to see what direction he goes in with United Kingdom. And then we'll see what we're going to do. We're definitely going to press with Japan. So we're probably going to kill this stuff here. I'd love to kill both of these, Kazakh and this. But I can't use my fighters in Kazakh, only in Sinkang. And then I got to deal with this fleet here, but I have an idea for that as well. So we're going to end this turn, and I will see you guys back for Japan round number 3. All right, Japan round number 3. So United Kingdom, interestingly enough, bought a battleship and a cruiser, which they put into Sea Zone 8. And then as far as the combat, he took... I left these two undefended, so he took France and Northwestern. He's probably going to mini-stack them with the stuff from America. And then he pushed out... yeah, he killed my tank in Morocco. Didn't lose anything. All he did was a tank on a tank and won. Oh, he attacked with a bomber. And I couldn't get a hit back from a tank. Wow. Anyway. And then he tried to do Thailand. And he was able to capture Yunnan without losing anybody, but he lost his infantry and attacked with his fighter and did not take that, which worked out good for me. So we're going to do a couple things. We still got to be wary of this fleet here, but we have enough fleet here to fight this off, and we're going to make it even bigger. So because we dropped a industrial complex in the Philippines last turn, ran some numbers, we're going to buy an aircraft carrier and 1 plane that we're going to stick in 48. And that way we can leave a battleship and an aircraft carrier with 2 fighters in 61 after we eliminate Yunnan and eliminate Xingkang. So that's what our plan is going to be. We also bought 2 infantry and an artillery for mainland Japan, because we're going to probably have to keep buying ships after ships after ships to keep up with this. And so we're going to slowly try to trickle some troops here. He's going to have nothing defending India after this turn. Maybe he can buy 3 more tanks if he wants. But I should be able to maybe even stack Burma next turn. I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this tank and we're going to blitz it across northern Russia. And let's see, did I decide to use the bomber in... Yeah, I'm going to use the bomber in there. That's kind of rough. Okay, but I'm going to do it. So we're going to use 1 guy here, 1 guy here. We are going to take the artillery and a guy. Go here. Drop it in Yunnan. I guess we could have just taken 2. And we're going to grab the other guy. Go here and drop it in Yunnan. We are going to take 1 battleship and bombard. And we're going to take our 4 fighters and attack Yunnan. And our bomber and attack Yunnan. And then we're going to take everything else and our 2 fighters and try to get rid of everything in Xingkang. Or we're going to land our fighters up in Archangel to keep it safe from this stuff here. And then the rest of our fleet is going to end up in C-Zone 48. Alright. And actually, I could probably put 4 fighters there and just do a battleship, an aircraft carrier, and 1 fighter here because I don't need it. That's what I'll probably end up doing. I'll probably end up... yeah, that's going to be 99%. And I don't see anything that can hit there except for the bomber. So a battleship, an aircraft carrier, 1 plane ought to be enough against this bomber. Because I'm going to have everything here, so he's not going to be able to use his 2 fighters here. Alright. I think that's everything we want to do. So let's run it and see what happens. Strong in Yunnan, strong in Xingkang. Okay. Soviet Far East. One of the things that I do... to know if a battle is going to go well is whether or not the bombarding battleship hits. So we'll see what happens. Alright. So combat was okay. Oh, I should take that back. Combat was fantastic in Yunnan. We lost 1 guy. And even though I consistently shit on attacking fighters, they did pretty good for us in in Xingkang. And so they actually, we won that. We did lose 3 infantry, which kind of sucked, but that's alright. We still have a mini presence at least. On Russia's doorstep, kind of. But we'll see. All right, so our bomber's gonna go to the Philippines. And we are gonna send 3 fighters. to the C zone, we're going to send 1 aircraft carrier and an aircraft carrier there, and we're going to land 1 fighter in 61. And then we're going to send all of our remaining fleet into C zone 48. All right. Well, if I did the math wrong, then I did the math wrong, but I think I did the math okay. Is the bomber in the Philippines the best place for the bomber? Yeah, probably. All right. All right, our aircraft carrier and our fighter goes there. And then we'll put 2 infantry and the artillery in Japan. Alright, and Japan's up to 37 money, and Russia's down to 20 production. And Russia can take this back, but he'll get crushed. And actually, I might even have a play to stack Burma using my troops here, which might be nice. So we'll see. Actually, I could probably hit India as well. I could hit India. I don't think he can. I don't think he can put enough stuff in India to defend it, unless he lands all the fighters there, and I don't think that's going to work. And I can just use destroyers to block. That might be the play. Use destroyers to block this fleet. Jam over here and take India in round 4, and buy more navy, and then circle back. And maybe drop some guys in Africa, maybe even take Egypt and start producing my own stuff there. I don't know. I'll have to see how it shapes out, but all in all, pretty good turn for Japan, I think. Anyway, that is Japan round number 3, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 4. All right, Germany round number 4. So United States took a 10% battle in the Pacific and won it handily. I've tried running a lot of calculators on this, and I could not find a result where he had an aircraft carrier survive. Even if I had them last, or second to last on the battleship, I could not find a scenario on the calculator where the aircraft carrier survives. Not only did the aircraft carrier survive, but a battleship and 2 fighters. That is, to say that's amazing would be an understatement. I don't know if you've watched any of my videos. You play this game a long time, you tend to learn that sea battles themselves are atrocious. I mean, they you can have a 78, 80, 85% battle to win in the ocean, and you don't win. And this guy won and had a battleship, an aircraft carrier, and 2 fighters remaining. Out of my 11 units, I got 5 hits in the entirety of the combat. That's pretty amazing. But anyway, it kind of puts me in a bad position here. Oh, and by the way, he also took a money island with 1 loss and no losses on on East Indies. I mean, I guess if you're going for broke, you might as well go all out. So I have no doubt he's going to take East Indies next turn. No doubt. He's going to take them. There's just no doubt. So, we have to regroup. So I'm going to just take some risks because He just put me behind the 8 ball, so I have no idea. I know for a fact, once I vacate Archangel, he's going to use his 4 fighters to attack my 2 fighters, and he might as well. Because he's probably going to win the battle. But all we did with Germany was buy 12 infantry and an artillery. We're not going to clear this out yet. He has absolutely no follow-up here. He has nobody coming from USA. He has nobody coming from England. So this is all he gets here. So we're just going to stack Italy and stack Germany, and we'll crush him next turn because he has nothing here. If he tries to put an industrial complex, I'll just own it. So the thing that we have to do is we're going to take West Russia. Guarantee this guy gets a hit back. He probably shouldn't, but I guarantee he's going to get one. And against my better judgment, I'm going to use this artillery in Ukraine instead. But I have no doubt he's going to kill my Japanese fighters here. But it is what it is. I should be able to kill 2 of his transports with Japan this turn, but he's still going to have this one that's fully loaded, and he's going to be able to bombard, and he's definitely going to take East Indies. Definitely, definitely, definitely. And so I'm going to probably buy, I don't know, a lot of subs. Anyway, let's run this and see how it works. It may not matter if these battles go poorly. All right. Combat was great. We actually did not lose a guy in West Russia, which I'm pretty shocked. I give him a 9% chance to take this and win this battle. Actually, no, it's even less than that. It's a 4.8% chance to take this and win it. We're going to move our 12 infantry there and our AA gun. Our 4 fighters are going back to Germany. We're going to put an AA gun and everything into Italy. Let's see here. We'll leave the tank in Germany. All right. Our artillery is going to go, let's see. 10 infantry there. Actually, no. We're going to do 9 infantry and an artillery in Germany and 3 infantry in Italy. And I didn't run the math on Germany because if I lose Germany to 3 land units with no air power and a bomber, I might as well just mail it in. Like, seriously, like, I might as well just mail it in. The game's gonna get really interesting here. I need to recover this, but like I said, I have no doubt he's gonna take East Indies next turn. And America's just gonna have a ton of money. They're gonna be making a ton of money. And the United Kingdom's making 42. They're making a lot of money. So this is going to get interesting, but I'm going to stack the hell out of France next turn, and he should not be able to take it back. And I should be at least within one turn of taking Russia after this next turn. Anyway, that's going to do it for Germany round 4, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 4. All right, Japan round number 4. So United Kingdom bought 3 infantry, 3 artilleries, and 3 tanks. The 3 tanks went into India, 3 artillery, and 1 infantry, 1 artillery went to Egypt, and then 2 and 2 went to United Kingdom. Let's see how many. He's got 2 transports there. I didn't do the math on this, but I'll do the math on it. I should be able to kill it. I think I should be able to kill it. Oh, man. So, let's see. Alright. Oh, he bombed Germany? Oh, he bombed Germany. And got a 5. Oh, man. That's fantastic. Oh, it just keeps getting better and better. I did look at this sea battle again. I do have a defense profile that's called Navy Holds at All Costs, where the aircraft carrier dies before fighters. And I went ahead and ran the calculator with that, and he only had a 10% chance to take this battle, and certainly did not have a battleship, 2 fighters, and an aircraft carrier left over. I can't find a scenario where that occurred, but anyway, we're going to have to regroup, and now USA's got some money to deal with, and he's probably going to take this, I would think for sure. I don't think I have enough to kill this, so I'm not going to do it. What I am going to do is kill his transports and regroup. So I bought 3 subs and a destroyer and a fighter. I'm going to use the bomber to kill this transport. I'm going to use the fighter to kill this transport. I'm going to take Borneo. I'm going to take see if I can take Novo. And I'm going to take yeah, I'm going to blitz through there and take that. Not a whole lot of good that I can do, but I mean, it is what it is. We're just in a shitty position, but we're going to try to regroup. It's going to suck for him to get the money islands by doing this shit move here for 10%. But it worked. And I'll have to run the math on France and see if I can kick him out of France. So we will do that when it comes to Germany's turn, but let's run this and see what happens. All right. All right. Fighters are going into West Russia. Actually, I don't even need the fighters in West Russia. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. According to my calculator, I should have a 95% chance to beat this with no fighters. So maybe I need to put them somewhere else. I think I do. I hate this because, well, it is what it is. I'm going to send the fighters over to Sinkang. I mean, over to Sichuan. and get them ready to fire back over here. I'll have to buy another carrier. We're going to send our aircraft carrier to 60. This fighter's going to 60. Our bomber is going to Szechuan. Our battleship to 60, and our transports into 60. Right? Okay. Alright, and we're going to throw a fighter into 60. A destroyer and 3 subs into C-Zone 60. Alright, so basically he does have one transport here from America and one from England, which is fine. I'm assuming he'll take the English one and drop guys in Borneo to keep it. I've essentially blocked myself from taking it back. Well, at least by launching an attack from 60. But what I can do is buy some stuff in Philippines and go from there. He's just making too much money with Russia still. 22 bucks. Just way too much money. Alright. Anyway, that's going to do it for Japan round number 4, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 5. Alright, Germany round 5. So, United States. Let's see here. Oops, that's my purchase. United States bought a bomber, 2 infantry, and 2 artilleries, and an industrial complex for Borneo. And then he moved his fleet, didn't do any combat, but he moved his fleet into 47. Okay, I guess I don't understand this move at all. Because this fleet here, he did not block the Philippines, and he can't do it before next turn. And so my fleet that I have here is going to kill this fleet. I shouldn't say that, given the history of my success with naval battles, but it's a 99.8% to kill this entire thing. And then if I use if I drop 2 infantry and 2 artillery into Borneo, I can probably capture it. And then I'll have an industrial complex on Borneo. And I should be able to hold these. He should have blocked. But then again, maybe he knows something I don't. Am I really going to be able to defend against an infantry and an artillery if... Well, yeah, because I should have some stuff left over from the naval battle. According to this, I should have a battleship, 4 fighters, a couple of subs. And so we'll see what happens. I do 2 aircraft carriers? I did. 2 fighters, a cruiser, 2 aircraft carriers, 1... Oh, he does have 1 sub. Never mind. 2 fighters, 1 sub. Okay, it's still 98.8. And he has no destroyer, so my 3 submarines are going to all get surprise strikes. Not that that means a lot, but it means a little at least. But 98.8 to wipe that entire fleet. So I don't see why I wouldn't do that. And then Russia, for their part, he bought 3 tanks and an artillery, and then he strafed West Russia and lost 12 infantry. But he killed 10 infantry. Which is more than he should have got on a strafe, but still not the greatest idea of a strafe. And then, so I did the math on these two battles. Germany, he had it down to -5, so I had to repair it. And that's all I did. I bought 10 infantry and repaired 3 spots in Germany. I guess he's going to set up to take Karelia, because I'm going to blow up everything in France. So, I'm not sure what exactly he's doing. Okay, we're going to take 1 tank and Blitz Archangel. We're going to grab the Caucasus with 1 guy. And then we're going to take 18 infantry. 2 artilleries. A tank. Actually, all 3 artilleries. And 4 fighters. And we're going to attack France. Oops, wait a minute. This tank. He's going to blitz here first, and then he's going to go in there. I just can't stack the Caucasus yet, but I will be able to next turn. I should be able to. Anyway, we'll see how these battles go. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to go, but we'll see how they go. So let's run them. Alright, so our fighters are going back to Germany. Actually, I should put them in Ukraine, but I can't. We'll put both AA guns up in Germany. We'll send all of this stuff here. Well, I think I'm going to give him Karelia back. For 1 turn, anyway. But that's okay. That is okay, because he doesn't have much of a follow-up. I'm going to have to stack, I think, Novo. Alright. This is going to just be real interesting after I kill this. If I kill this... I don't know, this is interesting. He's doing stuff that I would not recommend, but it seems to be doing okay for him so far. I don't know how he's going to do anything here, though. I really don't. And I can stack shift is what I'll do, is I'll shift stack the next turn. And send more stuff to Karelia to lock it down, I think. Alright, that's going to do it for the movement phase. Let's do this here. We're going to throw 8 infantry in there. We could throw 2 infantry in Karelia. And at least maybe get some hitbacks. Or we're going to throw it in Italy. We don't really need him in Italy. Yeah, let's throw him in Karelia. I don't want to give it to him for free. Germany's got 45 money. I'm going to lose Karelia probably. But I need to look at Russia's defense here. 70% to conquer Moscow, but he's going to get more stuff there. He has too much money. He's 18. He's going to put 6 more guys there. That's okay, though. Alright, that's going to do it for Germany round 5, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 5. Alright, Japan round number 5. So, United Kingdom Bought 5 tanks, 2 artilleries, and 2 infantry. He put 2 tanks in Egypt, 3 tanks in India, and then 2 infantry and 2 artillery in England. He did a couple things which I just don't get. Part of me thinks he's trolling for a couple of reasons. He didn't block anything in 48. He did not use a blocker in C-Zone 48. And I've run the math on this fleet and this fleet, and it's 98%. 98% to win. 98%. If I lose a 98% sea battle, then so be it. I might as well just delete the game, even though he won a 10% against me. I mean, there's only so much you can do. He did end up flying the fighter to Borneo, which is going to give my Borneo capture chance 87% once I take the 2 infantry and the 2 artillery and attack Borneo. And then we're going to take a couple of these territories. We're actually going to risk the tank. Who cares? Just to bleed as much out of Russia as we possibly can. So I'm not sure what the grand strategy is. The other thing he did, which I'm going to do, is I'll do a carrier drop. He didn't take Karelia, which I thought he would take Karelia. The only units he has here in range of Europe are these units here in England, and because of this transport. But if I drop a carrier here in round 6, I can kill this transport. Yeah, my carrier and my plane might die, but that means he's at least 2 turns away from landing anything in Europe, and I can move all of my stuff from Germany north and lock down Karelia. So I'm not sure exactly, especially since he didn't need the battleship and the destroyer and the 2 cruisers. He could have at least moved the battleship or a destroyer and 1 cruiser or something. So I'm just not seeing what the strategy is here. Maybe he's just trying new stuff, or I don't know. But anyway, we went ahead and just I bought another fighter, 3 subs, and 2 infantry. My fighter and my 2 land units are going into the Philippines. And the subs will go over here in Japan's Sea. Obviously, this is going to be huge if I capture Borneo or not. If I don't capture Borneo, then it's a problem. But hopefully I do. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take Kazakh. Wait a minute, I can't. Oh yeah, I can. No, I can't do that. Hold on. I'm going to take Kazakh with this one. I'm going to take those 2 with my tank. And then we are going to kill C-Zone 47. Alright, so that's all my fighters. And then we're going to take the destroyer, the subs, the aircraft carrier, and the battleship. And then we're going to take our artillery and one of these guys and one of these guys. And we're going to go to 47 with one of them, drop him in Borneo, and then we're going to take the other guy, go to the Philippines, grab the artillery, drop it in Borneo, and that is all the attacking we're going to do. The Borneo attack is an 87% chance to take. If it doesn't take, then I'm in real deep shit, because he's going to build probably 4 ships here. So that's huge. But it is what it is. I don't think I have a choice. I can't leave his fleet here. I think I have to do that. So we're going to do it. Let me just double check this here. 11 against 7. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Let's run it. Oh my god, all my 5s missed? Oh my god. Okay, we'll take 1 hit from there. We'll take... The sub's already dead, so we'll take that one. Carrier's gotta live. We'll take our 3 subs. Yeah, he got a way better result than I thought on... That's just amazing. He got a way better result because none of my stuff hit on the first hit. We're going to take our fighters and land them on the Philippines. We're going to lose our battleship and our transports, but that's okay. Man, that's interesting. That's going to be rough. Does he have any fighters? He doesn't have any fighters. Alright, we're going to take 1 guy and move it there. Everything else will move up. Alright. I probably should have bought a transport. Because we're going to lose this. We're definitely going to lose all this stuff here. Oh well. Alright, our 3 subs are going in 60. Our fighter is going into the Philippines. And our 2 infantry is going into the Philippines. Man, that is amazing. He just had such a good result on that. Such a good result. And now all I have left is a battleship, and he's going to have 3 subs and a destroyer. Oh yeah. No way I win that. Yep. Which means, well, it's all going to be about this battle here on Borneo. If his 2 guys are going to be able to capture this again. If he captures it, I'm in a real bad way. Let's see here. I don't have anything that can get there. Alright. Well, it is what it is. That's going to be the end of Japan round 5, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round 6. Alright, Germany round number 6. So this game's going to go a lot longer than I hoped because, of course, he took back Borneo. Did not lose anything. The defending battleship did not get 1 hit. And, of course, his attacking 2s beat my defending 2s. And so he won. So he's got Borneo now. He's going to start producing stuff here. I have nothing to take it back with because I don't have any transports. And I don't think I have enough money to generate enough transports either. So it's just going to be a pain in the ass. This is going to be a pain in the ass now. But it's something we'll have to deal with when the time comes. And then here we're going to have to... I'm going to have to back out of West Russia for a turn. Because I can't take the Caucasus. I'm going to try it anyway. But I'm just going to back out. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to kill these transports. So it's going to set him back a couple turns, and United Kingdom won't be able to land anything. So then I can shift stack all my stuff and send these units north. So hopefully we can get some more pressure on Russia. But in the meantime, so all I did with America... Well, let me go over United States' turns real quick. So USA bought 2 more transports, 1 for each coast, 2 infantry and 2 destroyers. And then he killed my battleship with no losses and lost 1 infantry attacking Borneo. And then Russia just bought 6 infantry and dropped them all into Moscow and did not branch out and do anything. Didn't trade anything. He's going to trade next turn for sure because I'm going to have nothing around here, so it's going to suck. But it is what it is. So I went ahead and bought a carrier because I'm going to do the carrier drop on him. I bought 2 tanks for Karelia, and I bought 5 infantry and an artillery for Germany. So first thing we're going to do is take 1 fighter and kill his transports. And then we're going to take our other 3 fighters, these 2 infantry and 2 tanks, and kill Finland. And then we're going to send 5 guys. Oops. Is that 2 artillery? Shit, we're sending a lot of stuff here. 2 artilleries and 1 tank to kill the Caucasus, even though he's going to be able to take it right back. But we're going to do it anyway. Try to buy us some time. And that's all the combat we're going to do. The Caucasus is a 91% chance to take, but we'll see how our luck goes. Okay, combat was pretty good. We only lost 1 infantry attacking the Caucasus. And we didn't lose any in Finland. We're going to land our 3 fighters in Karelia. We're going to land this fighter in Sea Zone 4. We are going to move all 10 of our guys and 1 AA gun up into Baltic. And we're going to move all of our 13 guys. Move that tank up there and our 3 artilleries into Germany. And then now I need to, since I had such a successful run there, I think I need to do the math. But he's got 3 tanks and 4 fighters that he can use and then 1 to it, so I don't think that's a good idea. So we're not going to do that. So we'll back out. We'll back out into Ukraine. And I think that's all we want to do. I'm just hoping that I get some hit backs on this. And he doesn't keep getting such great dice. So I gotta at least win some of these. What's 38? He still got 38 money, so I'm assuming that he'll buy more tanks. All he's got to do is buy time, really, for Russia to stay alive while he just starts taking these again. because I lost way too many naval units in this attack here, and I just was unable to hold. But I had to take it, otherwise he would have bought units for it. So there really was no choice. I had to do it. If I had to do it again, I probably would have opted to send a destroyer here and just attack this with only like an 85% chance to win it, because I should have blocked 49 so that he couldn't do what he did, which is try to take it back. But I did not do that, and so we are where we are. Oh, I'm not a big fan of it. Alright. Alright, the aircraft carrier goes into Sea Zone 4. 2 tanks. Ooh, I can only do... Oh yeah, I can only do 1 tank. There, 1 tank into Germany. 1 artillery into Germany. 4 infantry into Germany, and 1 infantry into Italy. Alrighty, that's going to do it for Germany round number 6. And we will see you back for Japan round number 6. Alright, Japan round number 6. So United Kingdom, he bought 2 transports, 3 tanks, and 2 infantry. So the 2 transports went into Sea Zone 8 to replace the ones that were killed in Sea Zone 3. And then he put a tank in Egypt and 2 tanks and an infantry in India. His combat, he tried to take the Caucasus. I did lose 2 artilleries and 4 infantry. And he lost an infantry, 3 tanks, and a fighter. So that actually kind of worked out for me. I wish I'd have, had a couple more infantry left over, but actually that worked out pretty good for me, because he didn't take it back. And then he tried Finland. He attacked... I don't know why he attacked that. That doesn't make any sense to me. That attack doesn't make sense to me. I lost an infantry. So that was kind of stupid. But now that you got the transports, you can start landing, although all he's got is 4 troops, which isn't going to do much. This is locked. So I think I can buy just all tanks and try to hit Russia in two turns, 3 turns max. It's probably going to end up being round 9. 7 to buy tanks. Round 8 to move tanks into position and buy bombers. Round 9 to hit Russia. I'm thinking. But in the meantime, we got to deal with this navy here. So I bought a transport with Japan. And the reason I bought a transport is because if I don't buy a transport, he can just buy all navy in Sea Zone 47, because there won't be any threat of me taking Borneo. By buying a transport, and I have guys on the Philippines, he's going to have to at least consider buying land units for the island. He's got no follow-up. This follow-up is 2 turns away. So I should be okay to take it next turn if I can. I bought 2 more subs and 3 destroyers. The idea is that I can make a play for this, hopefully, before his reinforcements navy arrives. He's going to buy some navy here, but if I can get enough, I should be able to strike it, depending on what he puts there. So that's going to be my strategy. It's not going to be easy for sure. I think I looked at the We have exactly the same attack power. The game is exactly tied. I don't think I've seen that in round 6 in a long time. Us being exactly tied. It's pretty amazing. Especially since Russia is down to 8 national production. That's it. So I'm going to have to try to keep him from taking stuff. But it is what, like I said, it is what it is. He's probably going to branch out with... I'm surprised he didn't branch out with United Kingdom this way, but I guess I expected him to hit the Caucasus. So anyway, let's get this attack out of the way. So we're going to take our 3 subs and our 3 fighters. The reason I'm attacking with everything is because given his dice, I know he's going to get a surprise strike hit back, at least one. And I want to make sure I clear the transport. Clearing everything would be nice, but I definitely want to make sure I clear the transport and the destroyer. So, I just, the way these dice have gone, his defending 1 surprise strike, he's getting at least 1 hit. Up here, I don't think I want to attack anything. No, I don't think so. Alright. I would love to get this tank into the Caucasus, but I can't. But I'll put it in West Russia, I think. But this is going to be real thin to win. Because I have no follow-up. So it's got to be done pretty soon. So let's get this battle out of the way. Unlikely. Oh, because maybe he's got his sub set to submerge. Maybe he's got his sub set to submerge. But I'm afraid to not send all 3. So I'm going to do it. See? You gotta be fucking kidding me. So he had his subs set to submerge lone submarine. So once I killed the other 2 subs, the submarine ended up submerging. So he has 1 left. But all in all, that was actually a great result. He did get one surprise strike on me as a defense. But after that, he didn't get anything, which was good. So we lost a submarine, which is I'll take that trade all day long. He is going to buy probably more destroyers and stuff here. But at least I'll have the ability to hit it. And let me make sure my defense profile is set to submerge all subs. Yep. Okay. Okay, perfect. Everybody is set to submerge. So if he decides to keep this battle, it's not going to work. Alright. Oh yeah, for the non-com. So I'm going to put 1 infantry there. I'm going to move this infantry there. I'm going to move my tank to West Russia. And I'm going to move my 2 artilleries. Well, let's move 1. Just so we have a follow-up. And we're going to move this guy here. All right. Alright, I think that's it. This is going to be close. Alright, our entire Navy is going into... Sea Zone 60. Alrighty. Still have $40 with Japan, which is pretty decent. And then we have enough here with these two subs, and 3 destroyers. 4 subs, 3 destroyers, and 3 planes is a decent sized mini fleet to attack whatever units he puts in here. My thought would be he probably goes carrier, 2 fighters, and 1 land unit. That's what I would do, I think, probably. Or I would just forego it and just buy all land. I might, in fact, just buy all land. But if he does that, I can definitely set up to hit it a turn after. But maybe, yeah, maybe just 4 infantry, as a matter of fact, might be the way to go for him. I don't know. He's made some moves I clearly didn't anticipate, so I'm not sure how he's going to play. But anyway, that's going to do it for Japan round number 6. And I will see you guys back for Germany round number 7. All right, Germany round number 7. So United States kind of did what we thought he would do. He actually bought land units and not Navy. So he bought 6 infantry, a fighter, and 4 artilleries. A fighter and 3 land units went into Borneo, and the remainder of them went into Western United States. He tried to combat here, but my subs submerged, so nothing happened. I think he might have even sent the bomber, but that would have been silly. So maybe not. Maybe he just sent the bomber during the non-com. So he also moved a transport. Bomber moved to Borneo. He moved up to Canada because he's going to drop, but he only has 3 transports. So he can only drop maximum of 3 and 3 into France. His destroyers went from 56 to 44, which we thought they would. And then the transports moved up to Sea Zone 10. We thought they would. Infantry and artillery, and he was dropped in Alaska. Okay. He's going to try to use these guys to go over here to Russia, but that's not going to happen because I'm going to put a sub here. So I left myself a note. A transport cannot land unaccompanied against a sub. The sub will kill it. So he won't be able to land. He has no other naval units in range of this. So that'll be safe. I'm just going to move a sub here. And then he'll have to either move this out of here or just leave it there. But he probably won't leave it there because it'll be in range of my sub. So he'll probably have to back it off, which is fine. Same difference. And then Russia. So Russia did what we kind of thought they would do. They bought 4 infantry because that's all the money he had. And then he pushed out into all these surrounding territories. Which it's kind of good for him because he needed the money. But it actually works out, I think, pretty good for me too. Because I should be able to capture Russia in 3 turns. In round 9. I should be able to. We'll see if that turns out to be true. But that's my plan from here on out. So all I did, and then he did a lot of combat, and it was successful. The only one he failed, which is good for me, was West Russia. Because now we can stack West Russia with fighters, and he will not be able to take it. So we can be right on his doorstep, which will allow us then to put tanks in range. It's going to be good. But he's going to start getting more money. But realistically, he can only get 1, 2, 3 more. And he's making 18. So he can get up to 21, which is 7 guys, which he'll probably do. But we're going to see. We're going to make it so he might have to retreat some of these guys. Maybe not. I don't have any follow-up here because I stacked all these things, so I don't have a follow-up. But that just is what it is. So we're gonna do but I might be able to take. Oh no, I won't, because England's gonna hit Caucasus and take it back. That's okay. So Germany's purchase was 7 tanks. 7 tanks this turn. We'll buy a couple of bombers next turn, maybe at least one, and a couple more tanks. Next turn, move infantry into position, and we should have odds on Russia by then. So, I also looked at this here. I'm not going to give England France for free anymore. I'm going to stack it. I did the math on it. If I put 14 infantry and an AA gun in there, I have a 98% chance to hold against a 1-2 from England and USA, which will probably divert him to go up here to Finland, which is just fine. Perfectly fine, because it won't be enough. So we're going to take Norway and get the money. And then we're going to take 2 infantry and an artillery and 4 fighters. What am I only going to have? 1 artillery left? Oh, I can't do that. I cannot do that. I gotta just use 3 guys. And keep my artillery. Only because I'm gonna need some for the attack on Russia. At least a couple of them anyway. And then we'll do this. Alright. That is all the combat we want to do. We do have to make sure that we shift this AA gun to Germany and this AA gun to France. Alright. And then we're going to stack Karelia. I mean, West Russia. Yeah. Alright. So let's run this and see what happens. Okay, that was pretty good. So we are going to take all of our tanks and all of our stuff from Ukraine and put it into West Russia. We're going to take this tank and go up to Karelia. These 10 guys. This AA gun is going here. This AA gun is going back to Germany. 13 infantry are going there. And this guy from Italy. And I'm just hoping I did the math right on this. It looks like I did. 2, 2, 1, 2, and 1. And then 3 and 3. He has no cruiser or anything left to bombard, or no air power here, so we should be okay there. Alrighty. But we can lose Karelia for a turn if we have to, but we're going to hit Russia in round number 9. For sure. So let's finish this up. And throw our 2 tanks in Karelia and 5 in Germany. matter. Okay. Well, let's run this. He's got 22111. We're gonna have 1 AA gun, 4 infantry, 4 artillery, and 5. Oops, no fighters. 5 tanks. Yeah. All right. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, like I said, we're going to lose Karelia for a turn, but we should be able to punish Russia by round 9. So, what do we have? 44 bucks with Germany? Yeah, 45 bucks with Germany, so that'll be good. All right. That's going to do it for Germany round 7, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 7. All right, Japan round number 7. So, United Kingdom just bought more tanks. 3 tanks, 3 infantry, 2 artilleries. And then, of course, he lost 1 unit in his entire attacks. All of them. Killed my carrier without losing his bomber. Killed the Caucasus without losing... none of the 3 infantry got a hit. 1 infantry got a hit in Norway. Thanks for coming out. I would have been happier if this got killed, but it did not. So, I know I can say I was going to hit Russia in 2 turns, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And then, of course, he moved into Burma without losing a guy. And so I have to do something about this now. Japan is just swinging for the fences every time. So, oh well, it is what it is. It's not going to be easy, but it is what it is. I went ahead and bought an aircraft carrier, a transport, and 2 destroyers. First thing we're going to do is take 1 destroyer and go there into 47. That should kill this. And then we're going to take our transport. I did not want to do this. 2 infantry. We're going to sack our transport to try to take Burma. I don't like it. Hopefully we'll kill this so our fighters aren't sitting here by themselves. Hopefully we'll take it. And he doesn't get 2 hitbacks. But it's a risk. But it is what it is. I mean, there's not much I can do there. Really not much I can do. I'm going to have to start keep buying ships. I mean, Japan is just dead in the water right now. Alright. Let's get some hits. Alright, that was pretty fantastic. We didn't lose anybody. Took Burma and did not lose a soul. And then took out his sub, which I figured that would happen because he was defending on a 1. We got to put a sub here to prevent him from landing in Soviet Far East. I don't think he can ignore the sub. But it's a good chance, I guess, to find out if he can. But he doesn't have a transport, so I don't think he can ignore the sub. And that is it as far as movement. We're probably going to lose this Navy. But God willing, we hit something. Well, he's going to have to use his bomber or his fighter on the transport. So he's going to use the bomber. Let's say he uses the bomber on the transport and then... Or, I'm sorry, the fighter on the transport. And then the bomber will attack this. So, I mean, there's always a chance that that we can get some hits. It's a slight chance, but it is a chance. Other than that, we're not going to do anything else. I may have to just rethink my strategy and trade, but I don't really want to trade. I really want to just press forward and see if I can knock Russia out. So anyway, that's going to do it for the non-com. We're going to throw our aircraft carrier, 2 destroyers, our transport in Japan. Let's see. This guy's in 65, right? Yeah. And we'll throw the infantry in. I guess we can throw it in mainland Japan, right? I guess no. Let's throw it in. Throw it in the Philippines. All right. All right. It still sucks. Russia's going to push out. And then we'll come back and we'll figure out what we're going to do here. I'm going to run some numbers, but if he keeps putting like United Kingdom tanks there, so I'm probably going to have to either drop a guy here or just crush this. Take one turn off of West Russia, crush this, and then meet back again in West Russia. I don't know. I could go down here and crush this, and then go into Archangel and crush that as well. That might be I don't know, that might be a decent idea too. Who knows? I'll have to figure it out. But that will be for Germany when it's Germany's turn. So that will be the end of Japan round 7, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 8. All right, Germany round number 8. So United States, being the United States that they are, he went ahead and bought 3 fighters and a bomber for Borneo, and then he killed my C-Zone 47. He used his 2 destroyers that were over here in 44. But he lost the 2 destroyers, so that's not terrible. And we lost a couple subs and a destroyer. So no big deal. We do have a decent follow-up going here. And he did not try to, maybe he did, but he could not use his transport to land over here in the Far East, Soviet Far East, because of my sub. So he just went down to 53, probably to swing around. But that's going to be too little too late also. So anyway, that's the position in the Pacific. And then Russia turtled. Russia bought 6 infantry, and then they went back into their shell. Did kill my artillery that I had, my Japanese artillery in Sinkang. Killed it, and of course did not take a loss. And so he's got this guy here, presumably to get more money for United States. But I've run the numbers on Russia, and in round 9 we should have 71% or greater chance to take out Russia. So based on the way this game is going, 71% is going to be good enough for me. So we're going to take it. And then we are going to see what happens. I mean, 71 is the lowest end. We could have as much as 85% to take it if things go well. So we went ahead and bought. Wait a minute. Okay, I went ahead and just bought 3 bombers. That's it, and I banked the remainder of my 9 IPC to be used in the future purchases. We didn't even repair Germany because we don't need to. We're going to throw the bombers in there, and that'll be good enough. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to send 1 infantry and 1 fighter to try to kill this guy in Archangel. God willing, we kill him. I don't care if we take the territory, but we have to kill him. And then we're going to send 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and the remaining 3 fighters to kill the Caucasus. Capping it would be great. Killing it is more important. So if we can kill it, then that would be fantastic. Obviously, he's been getting fantastic hitbacks, and we haven't had the best luck with attacking fighters. I never do, but I just think it's sometimes you got to take chances, and it's the difference in a couple of percentage points having the extra infantry in West Russia. So that's what we're going to do. So let's run these battles and see how they work out. Alright, so combat was mixed. We did not kill the guy in Archangel, and 2 rounds and our attacking fighter was garbage again, of course. Fuck. Well, it is what it is. So we are going to send our fighters into Bello. We're going to send our stuff that's in Karelia into West Russia. Our 5 tanks from Germany are going into Bello. Our German infantry and German artillery are going into Poland. And our 14 infantry and our AA gun from France are going to go back into Germany. Alright, let's look at the odds now. 24. And I don't even have a guy, so it's going to be 17. We're down to 17. We're down to 71. So we're in our worst case scenario. We're in 71% to cap Russia. But we're going to take it. I don't see how else we can deal, but we're gonna take it. Let me just make one last look at everything here. Fighters in Bello, tanks in Bello. These Karelia stuff into West Russia. And advance our German stuff. Alright. Three bombers into Germany. And that, my friends, is the end of the turn. One good thing is we do have 50 IPCs to spend with Germany next turn. But I really wanted... I mean, he's going to send 2 tanks at this Caucasus. I guarantee he takes it with no losses. That's just the way this game has been going. Because he's going to use these fighters as well. So This will be dead. But we got it. We'll have a 70% chance to take Russia. So 7 out of 10 is not bad. And we're going to go ahead and take it. So with that, my friends, I will conclude Germany round number 8, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 8. All right, Japan round number 8. So England bought a transport, 6 infantry, and 3 artilleries. Transport went into Sea Zone 8. And then 3 infantry went into India, 3 infantry and 3 artilleries went into UK for landing here. His combat, he tried to take Burma and failed. Of course, he did bomb Germany again, so he got it down to -8 now. Took Karelia with his 3 guys, which we thought he would. Landed in northwestern and France for free. And then took Caucasus. Did not lose anybody. Sent the 2 tanks and the fighters, and killed the artillery and didn't lose anybody. A couple things he did not do. One thing, he didn't take Burma, which is nice. But the other thing he didn't do is he didn't move his tank from Persia into Russia, which would have decreased my odds of capturing it decently. I think it was like a 71% chance to capture it with the 7th tank in there. But since he doesn't have the 7th tank, it goes up to 81% to cap. And then we're going to do a move here and hope to get it up to 87% to cap. My purchases for Japan were another submarine, 2 infantry, a bomber, and a fighter. Because we're going to have to deal with whatever navy he decides to drop in Borneo. We did the most likely calculations is a couple aircraft carriers and 2 destroyers. And if he does that, I ran the numbers on the navy that I'll have in place, and it's a 98.7 to wipe his entire fleet. We also have to worry about this guy here trying to sneak down here. But we're gonna put our subs in 48, and that's gonna preclude him from going anywhere in range of the Philippines. So this combat move for this turn is really light. It's just a tank against a guy, and we're just hoping to kill this guy. If we kill it, our odds go from 81% to 87% to cap Russia in round number 9. Knowing the way the dice have been, that's a shaky proposition, but the tank ain't doing nothing else, and sometimes you might as well go for it. So let's go ahead and run it and see what happens. Implausible, yeah, okay. A tank against a guy is implausible. Okay. Implausible worked out fucking great. Alright. I'm not even worried about this tank. He did his job well. He's getting promoted if he makes it out of the war. But that, my friends, took our most likely chance to cap Russia at 87%. And that's if he just buys 6 infantry and stuffs them into Russia. And doesn't trade Archangel or anything else. Well, he really has nothing else to trade, but I don't think he's going to even try wasting any guys on this. I haven't played around with his other potential buys. You know, if he buys like a fighter and 2 artilleries instead. Let me run that real quick. Let me see if he has only 17 guys, puts 1 extra fighter and 2 artilleries. Let me run that. Okay, that odds are even worse for him. That's a 96 to cap. So he's not going to do that. I don't know if he's using the calculator or not, but the most likely alternative is going to be 23 guys, so that's 87, because he's got what? He's got 18. He's got 18 IPCs remaining. Oh man, so we are going to hit it. Okay, now that we've done that, gotten that out of the way, we're going to actually back off one guy into Yunnan just to prevent his tank from going down to capture some free money. The other thing we're going to do, see this guy right here, this transport, we're thinking it's likely that he's going to grab a tank and an infantry and try to take East Indies. So we're going to grab 2 of our fighters and land them on East Indies. Our 3rd fighter is going to go into 61. Our aircraft carrier is going to move into 61 with our 4 destroyers. Our transport is going to go down here, pick up these 2 guys, go to 61, drop them in Kwang Tung. That is going to, whatever this guy does, if he takes one of these 2 territories, he's going to die the next turn. So, and we're going to lose 1 IPC. Okay. It might not matter if we hold Russia. So, and then we're gonna move our subs down here. We're gonna take our sub here from 60, move it into 36. The same play we did up here in 63 against this transport, we're gonna do in 36 against this transport. He has no supporting navy, so his transport can't just take Thailand for free, let's say, or Malaya for free, and then move up. Can't do it. So, and with a sub here, it's not in range of any of this shit here because he has no destroyers, so we can still attack whatever he deploys in 47. And then our other sub here is going to go into 48. That's going to preclude this guy moving closer to the Philippines, because if he does, he's going to die. Let's see what else. I think that's everything for the non-com. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I have anything else to move. Alright. Let's finalize this here. Okay. Now, our submarine gets mobilized into 48. And then we throw our infantry, our fighter, and our bomber on mainland Japan. So now, this looks pretty good. Pacific looks pretty good. Yeah, we're going to lose. Maybe we're going to lose. But the big thing here is obviously, if we can cap Russia. If we don't cap Russia, then so be it. I'm not destined to win this particular game. So we should be able to cap Russia. He's got no American fighters that are in range of it. Let me see. Can he put the bombers in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, the maximum he can get is in the cause. And that ain't, I don't care about that. I only care about hitting Russia next turn in round 9 and ending the threat in Asia, and then I can focus all my attention on Her Royal Highness over there. Okay, so that's going to do it for Japan round number 8, and I will see you guys back for Germany round number 9. Alright, Germany round number 9, the round we have all been waiting for. So, United States, real quickly, interestingly enough, bought 2 aircraft carriers, which we thought he might do, a fighter and 2 infantry, and then the 2 infantry went into Borneo, and the aircraft carriers and fighter went into Western United States Sea Zone 56. I'm not exactly sure why, but it is what it is. And then because we have our subs here, this transport moved out of range, but now it's really not threatening anything. So this is kind of useless down here, which is just how we like it. So Russia, on the other hand, let's see. Russia bought 6 infantry. We also figured that, but then he did some things that we didn't think he would do. He took Ivanki, which gives Russia 1 more income. Obviously, because right here he didn't want to go down or anywhere else in China because he would have been hit back and killed probably. So I guess his idea is that he's going to go up here and keep going across. But that was kind of silly. Because this tank can kill him, and I also have a bomber that can kill him. And since I don't need to use the bomber on any fleet down here, I can use the bomber up here and kill him with the tank. So that'll be good for us. And he also tried to trade Archangel with 1 infantry and a plane. And he lost the infantry and did not take the territory. So that made the odds on Russia. Let me pull up my Russia calculator here. Made the odds on Russia a little bit better. 97% to win, 92% to conquer. And the 50-50 battle leaves us 10 tanks left over, which would be fantastic if we could have that. USA also did stack France. Took the guys out of Finland and Norway and dropped them in France, which is more of a nuisance than anything else. We do have to pay attention to it. But he's got no follow-up here, so he's got 1 turn with this. Now, I would be willing to bet he's going to throw an industrial complex in here with United Kingdom. United Kingdom has 44 money, so that'll be 29. So he's going to buy an industrial complex for France, and then he's going to buy, let's see, 3 and 3 would be 21. And that might be it. And he might bank it. Well, he'll buy something for India. Maybe a tank or 2. I don't know. That would be my guess. Which, if he does that, it's fine. We'll just take the industrial complex and we can maybe do a sea line. Anyway. We went all infantry, all land unit buy for the Fatherland's defense. So 10 infantry and 3 artillery. We did have to repair 8 damage because he bombed us again. And then I've done some math, and I can get Germany up to 99% to hold and stack Italy with enough that's probably going to hold as well. If I trust the calculators, which so far so good. I do trust them a little bit. Let's see. All right. So let's run the battle of all battles. All right, let's see here. That should be 40 units. Attacking Russia. Oh, I got to take my bombers here. Hold on. All right. 43 units attacking Russia. Okay. 43 units attacking Russia, and he's got 36, if I've done the math correctly. 22, 3, 25, and 6 is 31, 35, 36. Okay. Good to go. All right, here we go. We're going to run this battle and see what happens. Here we go. Oh, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. We're going to have to take 2 fighter losses. What a joke. That is absolutely amazing. That's an extraordinary result for him. Extraordinary. I did not anticipate that. Let's see here. None of the results have me losing all my air power. None of them. That's amazing. God, I don't know, man. He's I should be okay though still. I should be okay. But it's going to be a hell of a lot closer now than I thought. Fuck. Oh well, that was bad. But at least we took Russia out. So, alright, let's shuffle around our troops here. So, we're going to send 1 infantry to Ukraine to prevent the Blitz. I'm not worried about the air power here. He's got no Americans. So I'm really not worried about that. And I should have 55 bucks next turn to buy stuff. So everything else is going back to Germany. Let's see here. That is amazing. And now I'm worried about my 98% my 98% defense. Because if he can get that battle, dear God. Okay. All right. So I need, let's see, 16 and 9. What did I move here? Hold on a second here. All right. So 16 and 9. So I need. All right. So that's 7. I'm going to send 12 guys into Italy. Whew, man, that is absolutely rough. All right. Because I'm going to put let's see, 3 artilleries and 7 infantry into Germany, and then 3 into Italy. So, let's do it here. All right, mobilization, 3 artilleries, 7 infantry. And 3 infantry into Italy. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Well, we look like that was a rough battle, but we did take Russia, and we have enough money. It looks like we're probably going to buy planes next turn to defend. But we still should be able to crush. He can put what, 6 more guys in there. So he's going to have, what's that? 4, 8, and 6, 14 guys against. I can probably hammer that with 15 and 7, maybe. I'm sure the industrial complex is going in there. Anyway, that was atrocious, but that sometimes happens with the dice. So that's why I liked waiting until I had a 90-something%. Because imagine how bad it would have been if I'd have gone with the 71% chance that I had initially. Not good. So anyway, that's going to do it for Germany round number 9. And I will see you guys back for Japan round number. All right, Japan round number 9. So, United Kingdom Bought 4 artilleries, 3 infantry, and 3 tanks. 3 infantry and 3 artilleries went into the United Kingdom, and an artillery and 2 tanks went into India. 1 tank went into Egypt. His combat, he sent a bomber to Germany but lost it, so we got lucky there. But then he lost 1 tank in, I'm sorry, he landed 2 guys via the transport in Southern Europe, took both of those, took that one, and then used his Ukraine tank, or his Caucasus tanks to kill my Ukraine guy and lost a tank. And then he pushed out into Burma and did not lose anybody. So my thought is that he's going to plan on grabbing these 2 aircraft carriers, moving them to 44 this turn, and then next turn buying a bunch of Navy in 47 and marrying up the aircraft carriers, the fighters from India, and then whatever Navy he adds, which should be more than enough than what I have here. So I'm going to do a couple of things to try to prevent this from happening, one of which is to put the subs in 46. That will not allow his transport really to go anywhere except for backwards. And also, if he decides to put his aircraft carriers here with no destroyer support, which he doesn't have, then I'll have 3 surprise strikes, submarines that cannot be hit by the planes. So I kind of like that defense. The other thing I'm going to do is try to get him not to be able to advance any farther than Yunnan. So I'm going to have to stack that with as much stuff as possible to try to prevent him from going forward. We're going to lose Thailand and Malaya, but we're going to lose more money with Japan, but it is what it is. The other thing I considered was attacking this with Evenki. But because of this move here, I think I'm just going to try to kill the guy in West Russia, and then use a handful of tanks from Russia to kill these tanks in Ukraine and kind of stem the flow of England grabbing my money. The only other part here is that this is going to become out of control in about 2 turns. So I'm probably going to have to whack the shit out of it with Germany. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to calculate what I'm going to need in Germany to actually protect me. The one thing that's going for it, if I remember correctly, is that whatever I hit this with, the United States stuff should die first. So the 3 United States infantry should die first, which would lessen the second blow, right, if I have to retreat early. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. My buy, I'm going to try to get more land units into Asia. So about 2 more transports, 4 infantry, and 2 artillery. We're just doing the best we can to try to get some more land units into Asia. United Kingdom is kind of becoming a monster. They're at 51 production, which is fucking ridiculous. I got to do something about that. That's fucking stupid. All right. The only combat we're doing this turn is we're going to try to take West Russia. That's it. And God willing, we at least at a minimum kill this guy. And then if he wants to block the Russian tanks, he'll have to use an aircraft from USA. If not, if this fails, then I'll have to regroup and figure out what the hell to do. Not sure how I'm going to proceed then in that case. But it's going to be a short turn for Japan. It's just basically 1 combat move. So let's run it and see what happens. Yeah, okay, implausible. Oh, dear God, that combat was an absolute sweat. 3 rounds it took for the tank to get a hit, and he never got a hit back. That is, given the dice in this game, that's fucking unheard of. But that's actually really good. That was a good result. Whew. So, now to the business at hand of defense. So we're going to send our submarines down to 46. We're going to send our fighters into Yunnan. These 2 guys into Yunnan. And we're going to send our transport over here. Grab these 2 infantry and drop them in Yunnan. We're going to land this fighter in Yunnan and our bomber in Yunnan. Now that, my friends, is a 99.4% to hold against 3 tanks and 3 infantry. If he wins that battle, it may be time to uninstall. Just saying. That's fucking ridiculous. Now Russia can do 1 or 2 things with this here. He can either go forward into Yakut to steal my money. He can go backward and steal my money and try to get to a safe haven here. Maybe add maybe he'll have a stack of 3 here if he marries these up here. But I'll most likely kill him. And we're gonna have to really think about what to buy for Germany, but at least we have options now. So you can't stop me from attacking this with tanks. I'm gonna have to figure out how many tanks I want to do it with, and what kind of defense I'm gonna have in Russia after the fact. So, with that being said, that is the... Oh, let me finish this non-com. I think I did everything I needed, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Alright. Only other thing to remember is that we needed to put the transports into C-Zone 62 because that way the bomber from Borneo cannot hit him. The bomber's got range of 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So bomber's only got range of 60, not 62. So we put our transports in 62. And he's got nothing else that's in range of it. So in that instance, at least we're okay for 1 turn. All right. Okay, that is going to be the end of Japan round number 9. And I will see you guys back for Germany round 10. All right, Germany round number 10. So, United States bought a transport, an artillery, an infantry, a battleship, and a destroyer, and everything went into C-Zone 56. Didn't do any combat. He moved his transport that was down here in 40, I think it was. He moved it up to 54 to get away from these subs, which is fine. But he also moved a carrier and a plane over to 64, which is either a cheap way to try to get 2 planes to be able to kill any transports I leave in 62, or he's planning a stack there after this turn, and in which, well, it's still 2 turns away from landing in at least with more than 1 transport full. So I guess he could go here. I'll have to put the subs in range of here anyway. But that is for another turn. So the other thing he did is he moved his 4 fighters into the Caucasus. This is a move I did not anticipate. We can do Russia's turn. They didn't do anything. Russia has no purchase phase or anything. So he took, but he did move over and take one more money from Japan. But this is an interesting play. I thought he might put the 4 planes in Ukraine to keep me from hitting this with the 7 tanks. But I've after careful consideration, we're going to hit the Caucasus with 7 tanks. The odds are in our favor of taking it. We just got to hope for a really good result. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to hammer France. So let's do this one first. Wait a minute. We're going to send one tank through there, into there, and then the other 6 will go in there. Ideally, we'd get like 5 hits, and he would get only a couple, and we'd retreat into Russia with a handful of tanks left. That would be ideal. If we happen to capture it, if we one round him, that would be okay. But the idea is to get into his fighters and kill as many fighters as possible, so they can't go back to the Pacific. So he's going to have to, if he wants more fighters in here, he's going to have to buy them. USA's money, believe it or not, is not that. It's 44. It's not tremendous. 52 with UK is pretty ridiculous. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to hit France with everything, except for 5 guys. This is a battle we really need to hope for. We really need to hope for good success, because we can hold it. If we have 21 units left over, we can hold it. And we're taking a chance, only going to leave 15 infantry and 2 AA guns in Germany. We're taking a risk. Even though the calculator says we can hold it 94%. But we're getting to the point in the game where we have to pretty much take chances. So let's run this, and we'll see how we do. Come on, give me some hits. Okay. All right, so the strafe went pretty good. We lost 4 tanks, but we killed 3 fighters and an infantry. So I think that's pretty good trade. It does, however, leave these tanks unopposed to attack Germany, which kind of sucks. Okay, looking at this map, I originally calculated the defense of Germany based on him being able to bring the 2 tanks in there, and I had 15 infantry and 2 AA guns. I'm going to change that just a little bit. I'm going to move my AA guns in a position to block the tanks. So the tanks can no longer attack Germany, which means all he's going to have is 6 infantry, 3 artilleries, 2 cruisers, and a battleship. And according to that, my calculator there, I'll have a 99% chance to hold. And that's, of course, if he doesn't hit France, because he's going to have to do a 1-2 on France. And I don't think that's going to be successful either. So he may decide to go up north, up to Finland again, which will give us a little bit of breathing room. And we can start cleaning up Europe. So I'm going to opt to do the blocking with the AA guns. He doesn't have any planes, so the AA guns aren't doing me much anyway. And at least infantry can fire more than once. That's the rationale behind that. So I'm going to do that. And I just got to make sure that I've done everything I need to do. It looks like it. And I'm going to finalize. And then I'm going to put 10 guys in Germany and 8 guys in Russia. We're going to give him Italy for free for 1 turn. But other than that, I think it's a decent turn for... let me look at the war report real quick. Okay, so I'll have 40 IPC. So I can buy 13 more infantry next turn. And I can shift some of these over here. I don't want him to get France again if I can help it. I need to cut into UK's money. He's still making 43 even though I took France. And he's going to make more money because he's probably going to just take both of those. For sure. And he's going to actually take the rest of Europe, I'm thinking. Except maybe not West Russia, but he probably will. He'll probably take one tank and one artillery into West Russia. And then he'll use one guy to take Italy and one guy to take this. One tank to take this. One artillery to take Baltic or Bello. And he's going to own the whole of Europe. So I just got to hope that... I can hold out for a couple more turns until I can get some stacks. Because only 3 American transports, that's just not going to cut it for him. It's not doing terrible, but it's not going to do... If he concentrated on Germany, he could crush it. And that would be real bad for me. So, but as long as he's still messing around over here, we're just going to play a cat and mouse game in the Pacific. It's hurting him. It's really kind of hurting him. Let's see here. Yeah. If he doesn't kill this, I'd be shocked. If he doesn't kill that. But we'll see. Because he still has this to deal with too. So, alright, that's going to do it for Germany round number 10. And I will see you guys back for Japan round number 10. Alright, Japan round number 10. So England did kind of what we thought. Used tank and infantry to take the remainder of Europe here. Did not attack my tank in West Russia. Maybe saving that for something else. I don't know. But I should be able to capture a lot of this back. And one thing he also did is he advanced into Burma. And I don't think I can let that sit. So his purchase was 2 transports, 2 more transports, 5 artilleries, and 6 infantry. And he put stuff in Egypt, which he's going to transfer over with this transport. I'm half tempted to kill it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a sub there so he can't land. So it ain't going to matter. I'll just put a sub in 36. So that he won't be able to land. Or maybe 37. Maybe I'll do both. And then put one back in 48. Because I don't want him to have a counterpunch to this. I'll have to do the math on it. Probably 37. Oh yeah. Alright. Alrighty. So that was something I just needed to consider real quick. Okay. So then his combat, he took all that stuff, which is pretty much undefended. Did kill my AA guns, which we figured. So, but they did their job. They blocked the tanks from hitting Germany this turn, which is good for me. So, Japan is flailing. I went ahead and just bought a little bit more air power. 2 fighters and a bomber. USA is probably still 2 turns away from attacking, and I'll have time to get back. If I do, when I do what I'm about to do. So, we're going to take our lone tank here in West Russia, and we're going to take Vologda. So that we get some money for Japan. And then we are going to hit Burma. So we're going to hit Burma with everything we got. Let's see here. Wish I had some battleships or a cruiser or something to bombard, but I do not. Alright. Let's see if this works. If it works, and it works well, which according to the calculator should be pretty good. What am I going to have left? Not a lot of stuff. Well, we'll see what happens. Alright, let's roll it. Okay, combat was pretty good. We did lose a plane in the battle for Burma, but we captured it, and we're probably in a decent spot to take India next turn. I mean, he can buy... Well, maybe not. I'm going to kill this tank, so that one can't retreat. Okay. Alright, combat was great, as I said, so let's finish the non-com here. So, our fleet has to go to 36. Man, I wish... Well, this transport's got to go down there, too. It can't really go anywhere else. Well, does it? Maybe I could leave my 4 destroyers and just put my aircraft carrier with the planes down here. We're going to throw a sub into 37. No, 35. We're going to throw a sub in 37. We're going to throw a sub in 48. We're going to throw our aircraft carrier Alright, I gotta figure out this non-com here. Well, the planes have to go to 36. 2 of them anyway, because they can't get anywhere else. So that means the aircraft carrier's got to go to 36. And then we'll just send everything else to C-Zone 36. This fighter, wait a minute. This bomber is going to go up to Russia. And this fighter that's not landing anywhere is going to go... I'm going to put it on East Indies. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it can still hit India. Alright. And I think that's it. I think that's what I want to do. Okay. Okay, just so you know, because it's been tested, the submarine in C-Zone 35 will not block the transport from dropping troops off in the non-com phase. It will not. You cannot use it to attack during the combat phase. So he can't, you know, he couldn't land units here as part of a combat with an unaccompanied transport. But in the non-com, the sub can just be ignored, just like an empty C-Zone. He will then lose the transport, of course, if he does that. And I did look at the odds to take India because we had such a great Burma. The odds to take India are now roughly 95. Because I'm going to use Germany to kill this tank here for sure. Now he could send the USA plane to India. Let's see. If he sends the USA plane to India and buys 3 planes. It's down to 81%. But that's the only way he gets it to 81%. If he takes away 3 of the fighters and buys, let's say, 3 infantry, that ain't working. It's still 95. Anyway, I'll run the different math. It's possible that he can also land the USA bomber in India, which would give it another lower percentage to hit. But in that case, we may take the battle anyway because it might be a game ender. Because he'll have nothing else to contest except for 1 tank. And I'll be able to drop infantry. If I take India, I'll be able to drop by nothing but Navy and drop infantry in India every turn. And that might be too much for him to overcome. Even though he's got a lot of money, a shitload of money with England. He's probably going to buy some planes. Well, he should buy some planes. All right, anyway, let me finish this. That's going to be the end of this turn here. It's a rather long turn. I apologize. But we had a lot of stuff to calculate. All right. All right. So that's going to do it for Japan round number 10. And I will see you guys back for Germany round number 11. All right, Germany round number 11. So United States bought 2 artilleries, 2 infantry, and 3 fighters. 2 artilleries and 2 infantry went in the eastern United States. And then 3 fighters went into Borneo. For his combat, he took Wake Island. He moved his whole fleet and took Wake. So he's threatening Philippines and he's also threatening Japan. Not a terrible move. I'll have to run and see what he has as far as my navy. But I should be able to defend. Throw a couple destroyers to block him from taking the Philippines. And then stack here C-Zone 60 so he cannot land in Japan. So I should be able to defend Japan pretty good. And the goal is obviously to capture India. The non-com, he moved everything to 52. Oh, and he sent the fighter from the Caucasus down to India. We thought he might do that to fortify this. So he may, I don't know if he's going to buy 3 fighters for India to try to stop the invasion, or 3 infantry, I don't know. But obviously the fighter was sent there to prevent Japan's, what I think is an inevitable invasion of India now. And then he moved north from C-Zone 10 and dropped 6 units in Finland. So that presents a problem. Obviously, he's going north to try to recapture Russia, and also he now has these in position to hit United States. Hit Germany. So, a couple things I did is I ran the 1-2 defense of Germany through the calculator, calculating all the English stuff minus a bunch of stuff that I'm about to kill, and then the American stuff. And if I did my math right, Germany needs 23 infantry and 5 artillery to hold 100% against the 1-2. So 23 and 5. All we did, obviously Russia had no purchase, but all he did was take Berry, which means he's closer to taking Manchuria, which means I probably have to sacrifice the fighters and try to kill this so he can't take any more territory, bottom line. Just because he's just killing Japan's money. So I probably can't do that. I probably have to do that. So 23 and 5 is what I need to hold Germany. I went ahead and bought 13 infantry. And then I did some calculations here. We're going to try to go and press hard for India and either get him to move these troops away from Germany or I'm not exactly sure what else. I really would love to get rid of these. Next turn, depending on what the stack is, I should be able to kill it. Given what I'm going to have in Germany. But again, we'll have to see. If he continues to stack... And the goal... one of the things I want to do here is leave a couple units in France to kind of see if he'll take the bait and take France. I'm going to lightly defend it. See if he lands and takes France. Or if he just goes and stacks Baltic and then buys 8 more units to land in Germany the next turn. But I'm kind of hoping that he pays attention to this and leaves these unguarded. If he leaves these unguarded, this bomber here can take out his transports. And if that's the case, I'll probably have to do that instead of using that bomber on the India attack. So we'll have to see. I got to run a lot of math, but it's going to be a race, I think. Anyway, first thing we're going to do is we're going to blitz a tank through there and then drop one there. We're going to hit it with 2 tanks. And we're going to use the other tank and 4 infantry to take the Caucasus. And take the other 4 into Kazakh. The idea being that we're going to look like we're going to go all the way down here. And maybe we will. Maybe we'll send a handful of units to try to take Africa. And then I ran the numbers, so I need to do 1 artillery there, 1 artillery there, 2 infantry there, 2 infantry there, and then we're going to do 1 infantry in Southern Europe. And then this is where it gets tricky. I'm going to go heavier than I usually would. I'm actually going to go 5 units and 4, which is probably overkill. It's probably overkill, but like I said, I only need 23 units in in Germany to hold out. And I want to make sure the tank dies, and I want to make sure this guy dies. All these units surrounding, besides Baltic, they all have to die. So let's run all this stuff and see how it works. He has nothing that can reach here. No fighters of any kind. He has no... United Kingdom has no aircraft of any kind. He should change that, though. He's got money. He's got 56 monies. He should start buying aircraft. Strong, strong, strong. Strong, strong, strong. Okay, everything's strong. Let's do it. Alright, combat was okay. We did lose a couple units in Poland, but at least the tank is dead. And we lost 1 unit in Bulgaria and 1 unit. So we lost a lot of units everywhere. But other than that, we did take a lot of territory back. So we need to move 9 guys. And all these artillery back into Germany, so that will give us let's see here, that will give us 14 guys and 5 artilleries, right? 14 guys and 5 artilleries. I'm looking here. I don't see anything here. All right. I think that's what I want to do. All right. We're going to put 9 guys in Germany and 4 guys in Russia. So hopefully the calculator is correct and 23 and 5 will be enough to hold. I hope so. And we got up to 45 money, which is great. So we'll be able to buy 15 more infantry next turn, and we got spots to put them. So obviously, if he misses this and he leaves it there, and I end up killing it, then I can buy lots of more. Then I'll press. Then I can press, because I'll be able to press out of Germany probably, because he won't have enough stuff to take me both. He may decide to go down here with 4 and 3 against 3, which, hey, that might work, and then stack Baltic, which that would be okay. That would be a decent option for him. But in that case, I can still hit Poland with a tank. Tank can go back to Germany, or it can go down to India, which he's going to have to move this tank to India to get the best defense. He's going to have to retreat this down into India if he wants to defend it against Japan. So, and then I can move into Persia probably and squeeze him. And then move into Africa. But I'm in a little better position than I was a turn ago. This is risky, obviously, being so light everywhere, because he can probably take both of those. But I should be able to hit this pretty hard with Italy and Germany, and then retreat these guys back and build some more. So I should be able to keep fighting him off there, especially if he loses these transports. But obviously that's a lot of ifs. And so that's going to do it for Germany, round number 11. And I will see you guys back for Japan round number 11. All right, Japan round number 11. So, first things first, United Kingdom bought 3 artilleries, 3 infantry, and 3 fighters. Mobilized 3 fighters to India, an artillery and an infantry into Egypt, and then 2 artillery and 2 infantry into the United Kingdom. His combat is he moved into undefended West Russia, and he did what we hoped he would do. He went heavy into France. Not only did he go heavy into France, he took everything out of Baltic to do it. So he used all 5 of his transports, took everything out of Baltic, and hit France. Probably with the idea of stacking it with the 6 Americans that are in Finland. The only problem with that theory is that he left the 3 transports in C-Zone 3 without any defense at all. And that's what happens when you get tunnel vision when you're so focused. He probably thought, wow, I left France with 3 guys and he's going to easily take it over. And he did. But leaving these transports is going to really hurt him because he's not going to be able to stack France. He's going to have to move those guys into Karelia. And that's just not going to be enough guys. He's now 3 turns away from landing in Europe. So he's got buy the transports this turn in 11, move them to C-Zone 10 and 12, finally land them either in France or in Finland in 13. And by that time, I should have so many friggin' Germans on the ground that unless he buys, 6 transports, which means if he buys 6 transports, guess what he doesn't buy? More supporting shit for the Pacific. And if he doesn't buy any transports, well, then it's maybe a setup for a. I won't need to, but it'll be sea lion time. Obviously, our biggest priorities now is keeping our Japanese victory cities, right, and our islands. So we're going to do a couple of things. It's going to be tight because he's doing a good job with the USA, believe it or not. Just USA attacking Japan is doing a good job. I went ahead and bought 6 infantry and a fighter. And we're going to set it up so our home island of Japan has about a 96% to defend. If we lose a 3% battle, it's time to uninstall. I'm sorry. But if you lose a 3% battle, so be it. It's not your game to win. Even though he already won a 10% battle in the earlier part of the game. But anyway, I'm talking way too much and not doing any battles. So let's do some battles and then we'll recap. So the first things first is these transports are a memory. Second thing, we're going to run our tank across northern Russia and get some of that money back. Third thing is we're going to take our transport, one of them, grab our 2 infantry, drop them in Berry, and take our 2 fighters and hit Berry as well. And then we are going to move all of our stuff into India. And our 3 fighters. And our bomber. Let's see here. I got 12 units attacking against 7. It's a 96.9% to cap. 50-50 battle leaves me with 2. Actually, the 50-50 battle leaves me with all of my aircraft and 2 artilleries. We both know that shit ain't gonna happen. I'm just hoping to have some semblance of air power and some couple of land units. So, and then we'll reorganize our Pacific Navy. We may have to use blockers to prevent him from capping the Philippines, depending on how good or bad India goes. So, let's run these battles. I believe that's all of them, and let's see what happens. Yeah, I think so. All right. Alright, strong in the sea zone, strong in Berry, strong in India. Alright, here we go. Okay. Combat went exactly as expected. The end result for India was exactly the result for the 50-50 battle, which is I have all my aircraft and 2 artilleries remaining. Everything else went pretty good. Obviously, there was no defense on the transports. Our bombers going back to Russia. Our fighters are going back to Japan. Let's see. We'll put our aircraft carrier in 35 and 2 of our fighters on it. Let's see. Our bomber... Oh, it has to go to freaking Burma? Well, that kind of blows. Maybe I should have taken it as a casualty. Oh, well. If he uses his bomber to hit my bomber, then... Oh, wait a minute. I guess I have to put a fighter there as well. Alright. Hopefully we get a hit back from on his bomber, which would be nice. Let's see. So that's probably not an attack I would choose, but we got to move our transports over here to 35, our last remaining one, over to 35. And then we are going to, I debated this back and forth. I'm going to block him from taking the Philippines. I just want one round of him not being able to capture it. And then my subs are all going into 61. The reason the subs are going into 61 is that if he decides to build Navy in 47, or if he decides to go light to kill my transport here with this fighter, he is going to have to put an aircraft carrier in C-Zone 60. And if he does that, I can use 3 subs on it, and the planes will have nowhere to go, and they will die. So that would be fantastic. And then he can only put 4 ships here in Borneo, or 47. So if he decides to put a couple of aircraft carriers, again, I'll have 3 subs, a little mini navy here, and enough air power to hit whatever he puts in 47. It's going to get dicey back and forth trying to keep him out of these 3 cities right here. But we're going to do the best we can. And we're in a halfway decent position, because now I can send, since he has no other air power, he does have a bomber here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't really send him. I can't really send anything unaccompanied to take Madagascar. But I might be able to send a transport, maybe, into the heart of Africa. I'll have to see. We'll deal with that later. We'll have to deal with that later. Anyway, let's finalize this move. Let me just double check one more time. The travel. He can't go there. He can't go there. Alright. And the bomber 1, 2... What, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now he can't land anywhere, so I'm good. And these fighters can go 1, 2, 3, and nowhere else. So, not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. And like I said, he's probably not going to be able to buy any reinforcements here anyway, because he's going to have to buy transports. And if he doesn't, then that just gives Germany a couple more turns with which to maybe plan for a sea lion. Who knows? But anyway, I feel like I'm in a better position. So we are going to land, we're going to put 3 infantry and our fighter on Japan, which according to my handy dandy calculator has a 96% to hold against his navy here. I don't think I missed a transport. And he only has 1 battleship. Yep, okay. And then we are going to put 3 infantry on the Philippines. And the name of the game is going to be Infantry and Planes for the remainder of the game. Infantry and Planes, Infantry and Planes, Infantry and Planes. Until we can just get so much to a point where we can just take Karelia and he can't take any of these. So Germany's going to be unfettered for 2 turns at least. So this next turn we're going to crush France again, probably. Leave enough units in both France and Germany to defend. And then start cleaning up the rest of Europe and taking what's rightfully ours back. And then we'll take Persia as well and maybe send some guys into Africa, really to put the pressure on the United Kingdom. So that is going to be the end of a rather long-winded Japan round number 11. And I will see you guys back for Germany round number 12. All right, Germany round number 12. So I'm fairly convinced that my opponent is not using a calculator. And the reason I say that is this. Because it struck me when I did it. When I left Japan after round 12, I only had 3 infantry, 3 planes, and 1 AA gun in Japan. And to the naked eye, it looked pretty fucking weak. Like, it looked just ripe to be killed. But when I ran the calculator with everything that he could hit it with, it was a 96% chance to defend. So I'll take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So it looked, by the naked eye, a hell of a lot worse than the math. And he went ahead and took the chance and lost. And so that's going to be the end of the United States and the Pacific, most likely. He did put 3 planes and a couple of aircraft carriers in Wake Island. That's really kind of meaningless. There won't be any more transports after this turn. So none of my islands will be threatened. And he can put as many fucking planes as he wants all over the board. I'll just buy subs. And they can't be hit by planes. And then I'll just wait for him to deploy the transports. I'll keep my air units safely out of range until we have to use them. And then we'll crush them. But really, Borneo is kind of inconsequential to the end of the game. The hope is that I can either force a forfeit or get all the victory cities by round 13. It's going to be tight, but we're going to see if we can do it. So that's all. USA bought 3 fighters, an infantry, and 2 submarines, which was 3 fighters in Borneo and then 2 submarines on the west coast of America. Like I said, I'm not seeing the rhyme or reason here, since the subs are generally 2 turns away from doing anything. And really, I really don't care about them. I don't know what else. It seems to me like a waste of $12, especially considering he has a bunch of land units here in Canada that are just waiting for a ride, and they ain't getting one. And so now what I thought I was going to have to prepare for around 13 landings in Europe, it's now delayed to around 14 at the earliest. And that's if he decides to buy transports this turn with America, and if this guy's moves are consistent, after I kill this navy, he's probably going to buy more navy. So, you know, I won't even have to buy any land units for Japan if I don't want to. I can just buy all navy and air, and just wait for him to deploy a navy or anything, and slowly trickle land units onto the mainland. So, anyway, I did all that, to say Germany just went ahead, and we're going to stay pretty aggressive since we have pretty much unfettered access to Europe. So we went ahead and bought 3 tanks and 9 infantry. Did some numbers, of course, on France and everywhere else. So France, we are going to take everything from here. All the artilleries and... oh, what did I say? Hang on. 19 guys, I think? No, it's not 19 infantry. Hold on. It's not 19. Let's see here. It's 19 total infantry. So there's 3, so it's 16. So I need to bring 16 from Germany, 17, 19. 19 and then 7 artillery. 1, 2, and 5. Alright, so 19 and 7 artillery. I'm going to blitz Ukraine and then hit West Russia with 8 infantry. Since he has no air power, this bomber is completely safe in Russia. And then 3 dudes are going to attack the guy in Persia. We're going to leave Sing Kang for the Japanese tank here to get an extra $1 for Japan. And then we are going to move 3 guys up to Bello and then 1 infantry into Baltic. That leaves 6 in Germany. So 6 are in Germany. All 4 of these guys are going to return to Germany, leaving me 10. And then we're going to deploy 7 infantry and a tank in Germany. We'll have a very, very solid defense. 17 infantry and a tank for Germany. And we'll throw a couple tanks and a couple infantry into the Caucasus after we move these tanks over. So, let's see. I think that's going to be it. So let's run it. I might even consider, because I ran the numbers, 17 in a tank is a ridiculously good. I may be able to add an extra guy in Baltic. Maybe. I don't know. I'll see if it's going to be a detriment, just to make him perhaps lose somebody in the trades. But anyway, let's run all this stuff. The big one is France, obviously. Okay, combat was pretty hilarious. We had a tremendous result in France, better than average. So we have a lot of stuff remaining in France, and then he got a hit every time, and we got no hits in Persia. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Anyway, so I guess what he can take? Oh my god, he can take Kazakh maybe. Yeah, that sucks. Alright. Well, we're going to move our 2 tanks in the Caucasus. We're going to move our 3 infantry into, and all the 4 infantry back into Germany. And so what am I going to have? 17 infantry. 17 and a tank. Let's see if I can put like a couple guys in. All right. We'll just leave it the way it is. We'll see what it is. We'll have 11 units and 4 tanks with which to hit Karelia next turn. I mean, USA didn't even move his guys from Finland into Karelia. Probably smart. Because they would have been... But they wouldn't have been wiped out this turn anyway, so... He could have moved a guy over here and then maybe... I don't know. I don't see that there's any point to him continuing this game, but... he hasn't forfeited, so... We'll just continue to take Russian money. Alright, 2 tanks. And 2 infantry. Go into the Caucasus, and 7 infantry and a tank goes into Germany. And I think that's it. Although it would have been nice because, well, he's got 1 infantry. 1 infantry against... If he manages to take India, I think I will shit myself. Because I will have no way to take it back. Oh my god. I should have used a tank on this and killed it. Alright. Well, I guess I'll have to use my tanks from Caucasus to kill it if that happens. But man. Alright. I can totally see that happening. Shit. Oh my god, why did I go light into Persia? Oh well. No reason to complain about it now. Alright. I got a lot of money with Germany now, 50 bucks. Europe is mine. And it's going to stay mine. Even if, I mean, I can slowly add to these stacks and he's not going to be able to build up enough. His only play is Finland. And we'll see if we can't do something about that. At the end of, or at the beginning of round 12. Or 13, I'm sorry, round 13. So anyway, that's going to do it for Germany round 12, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 12. Alright, Japan round number 12. So United Kingdom bought 2 fighters, and he put them in Egypt. He bought 4 infantry, 4 artilleries, which he mobilized into United Kingdom. And then he took Baltic heavy. He moved his extra artillery from Karelia into Baltic and stacked it pretty heavy. And that was it. His non-com, he moved a battleship and a destroyer into C-Zone 5 and the transports into C-Zone 5. Well, we already knew that. Oh, no, the extra ones moved him into C-Zone 5. So I'm going to have to kill this, but I think I'm going to have an opportunity to get the snipe in round 13. It's not really a snipe, it's just controlling them all in round 13. And the way I'm going to do that is this. So he's got, my theory here, because he's got the 3 fighters and the 2 aircraft carriers in 52. Oh, he can't even marry him up. Oh, that was stupid. I didn't even see that. Oh man, I totally misread this map, but that's okay. The strategy will still be sound, but man, I totally misread this map. I thought he was in range of Borneo to marry up with whatever he buys here. Okay, so that makes it different. So his max navy that he's going to have in Borneo is going to be a lot less. His max navy in Borneo, well, he could still buy 3 aircraft carriers. That would cost him $52. $42. 3 aircraft carriers would cost him $42 and he has $45. So he could put 3 aircraft carriers there and have 6 fighters in 47. But if he does that, I'm going to kill him. Oh, wow. Okay, I totally misread that. But it's not going to be to my detriment. So, I have a couple things I want to do here. One of the things I did, I only bought 2 infantry for India this turn. I bought 4 more subs and a plane. And because I was preparing, I want to hit 47 with whatever I can. So, hopefully when I do this attack here, more than 1 sub survives, but I just bought a lot of subs just in case only 1 survived. He's still going to have to move a carrier into 60 if he wants to kill this, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's going to have to. And we are going to be set up so that we can make a play to capture everything. So let's do this first. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and take Persia with 2 of those and a fighter. We're going to use the other fighter to kill his transport, so he's not going to have a transport anymore. So that threat is gone. And then we are going to use our tank up here to take Sing Kang. And then we're going to hit his navy with everything else. And the hope is that I one-round him. I need 3 hits, right? Because the battleship takes 2. So I need 3 hits to kill his entire navy. And then, and like I said, without any transports, Borneo is useless to him. It's really kind of worthless. As long as I just keep buying enough navy to hammer any transports that he decides to put here, then I'm good. He has no transports on the west coast of America, and these 2 transports are going to die. If they don't die, it's still not a big deal because he's not going to be able to do anything with them. There's no guys in range anywhere to pick up, so that ain't going to matter. So let's run this turn and see what we get going. All right, combat was pretty good. We didn't lose anybody in Persia, and we did not lose anybody. Actually, we lost 1 submarine in 60, which is better than average. So we are going to land one of these fighters back on the carrier. We are going to land this fighter in India. We're going to move these 2 guys forward into Manchuria. And then we're going to land our bombers on Japan. And our fighters on Japan. Oh, he can't even hit Japan anyway, but these planes can. So those planes can hit Japan. So maybe we want to put those 2 guys on Japan and then mobilize the 4 guys on Japan also. And not put anybody in India. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's grab these guys. We'll put them on Japan. And then we'll mobilize the 2 infantry that were meant for India. We'll mobilize them onto Japan. Just so we have 4 guys that can take hits. If he decides to attack with his 3 planes, his bomber can't even attack, but his 3 planes can. And if he's going to try to kill some of my air power, so let's do that. There's no India's under no threat, so it's going to be a couple turns before he he's able to threaten India, so I'm not even going to worry about it. We got 2 guys there. Yeah. Alright. Alright, we're going to mobilize a fighter to India. The fighters in India are still going to have range of 47 because I can drop a carrier in 48. So that's why we're going to do that. We're going to throw 3 subs into 48. And 1 sub into 60. They're all set to submerge. And actually, let's do, we'll do one guy in India and 1 guy in Japan. Just in case for some ungodly reason he gets 3 hits with his fighters in 1 round. How many fighters am I going to have there? 3 and 2 bombers? Yeah. Alright. Alright, that's going to be it. Alright. So that is going to be it for Japan round number 12. And I will see you guys back for Germany round number 13, which I hope is going to be the last turn. We don't know yet, but I'm hoping. Alright, welcome back. This is going to be the end of the game. So, Stardom did not make any moves with the United States. But in his defense, he did not let the time expire either. He just forfeited. So, a lot of things about this game. I did a lot of things I could have done better for sure. But a couple things that he did, I don't think he was using the calculator. And the only reason I say that is because the 10% naval battle that he won in C-Zone 48, I can't remember which round it was, never should have been undertaken. And the fact that he actually won the battle and had a battleship, an aircraft carrier, and multiple fighters remaining just extended the game thoroughly. After he took Borneo and I was able to take it back, I made a mistake. I should have reduced my percentage to win the sea battle to lower than, I think it was like, I had it up to like 96%. I should have held 1 destroyer back, maybe sacked another fighter to win this battle, and then I could have used the destroyer to block his little small navy that he had in 44. And if I had done that, his transport in 46 could not have taken the island back, and that extended the game by a lot. If I had taken Borneo back and was able to make use of the industrial complex that he put there, I think I could have turned the game a lot more quickly. He pretty much was sold on hindering Japan, and I think for just using the USA, he did a good job. I mean, it's round 12. Japan really never got much of a push. I mean, it looks like I got in, but most of this damage was done because of Germany. And even in Germany, I was down to like 2 territories at one point. But really, he didn't have a strong hold on any of the territories, and I was able to take him back. The industrial complex in Egypt, I'm not necessarily opposed to an industrial complex in Egypt as a matter of playstyle, but he did it at a point in time where Africa was already his. And I wasn't going to threaten Africa at all. And so that $15 probably could have been better spent somewhere else. Although he did have England up to like 50-something, 56 IPCs. He had a tremendous income at one point of the game. But the big thing with England that was his biggest mistake was not building any air power. I mean, he did not build fighters, and he had plenty of money to be building 1 or 2 fighters every turn and still getting the kind of results that he got up in Northern Europe here. And really, without the fighters, England can't do a whole lot. And you can see by by this, my mini stacks. I mean, these aren't tremendous stacks for sure. But they were enough to hold off because all he had was a bunch of 2s and a couple bombardments. The other thing was the attack on Japan. That was a 96% for me to hold. It was only a 4% chance for him to win that. It definitely looked a lot more favorable to the naked eye. I mean, when you look at it, 3 infantry and 3 planes and an AA gun against 2 infantry, 2 artilleries, a fighter, and some bombardments. It looks like it would have a better chance than it did. But it was a total failure. And then his remaining navy was just easily eliminated. I think I lost 1 sub, taking out the rest of his navy. So him not buying air power with United Kingdom, basically he only bought air power with USA. And it was just it was just not enough. It did take me a lot longer though to really turn this game than I thought. Probably because my battle in Russia was so weak. My result was I think I only had like 7 tanks left, and I had calculated to have 10 tanks and all my air power still intact after Russia. And when I had none of that, Germany was really on its heels. In fact, I considered buying fighters many turns after that because of how valuable they are for defense. But because he wasn't buying any fighters, I really didn't need them. And I was able to get away with just buying infantry and tanks. So that's pretty much my assessment of the game. I do appreciate my opponent's desire to keep trying to do different stuff. So, and he certainly was not out of the game until pretty much like this last round. I was going to take Karelia. I don't even know if I was going to hold it, but I think I had enough probably to hold. But we'll never know because he forfeited the game. The other thing I should have done was leave this tank. I know I wanted the money with Japan, but I probably should have kept it in range of Karelia in case Germany lost the hold. I could have at least attacked. These fighters were there to go and supplement my land troops there in case he held back the United States to try to take Karelia back for a 1-2. But again, I didn't have to use them. So those are my thoughts on the game. I appreciate you guys watching as always. And that will be the end of this video. I will see you guys back for another video. Thank you for watching.